Hey, how's it going? I'm Justin. I live in sunny Southern California in Los Angeles, specifically the Valley for everyone familiar with the area. Today I'll be talking about Turo, what Turo is, why I decided to get started with it, and how the process has been going so far. It is May 12th, 2021, and I started Turo last week, is all. I think like 9 days ago, something like that. And what I've been seeing is already some good profits from it. So I wanted to share a little bit of the process for anybody that has interest in learning about it. First of all, what Turo is a lot like Airbnb for cars. So you post on Turo's website or their app a car that you want to rent out to people. For me, I posted on there a 2016 Mustang convertible. The thinking being that here in the beautiful weather with LA, Southern California, convertible will do well. And it turns out that luckily it has been doing well so far, knock on wood. So hopefully that continues. Um, Turo, similar to Airbnb, is a peer to peer sharing kind of networking app and website. So I have a lot of good insights to share for anybody that's inspired to start renting their car on Turo. Maybe that's a side business interest that you have, or maybe that's just even a way to make some extra money on a car that you own but don't necessarily need all the time. So I'll be going through some of the inspirations of why I got started, a little bit about how the Turo website works. I'm happy to help anybody that's on this journey too, or has any questions. Feel free to comment or email, call, whatever works. And I'll help you out as best I can. I'd really love to find some sort of screen sharing thing for videos where I can show what's on the computer screen a little bit easier without it coming in with this quality. But hopefully you guys can see this decently. This is Turo.com. The basis and the place to start where you're going to look for either an airport location for a car rental if you're looking to rent a car. If you're looking to host, you'll obviously sign in here, and then you'll see your profile list. This is the trips area. I'll see a lot of different activity notifications, messages here on the website. We can see some of the recent messages, some of the recent trips here on this section, and you'll see your earnings list here too. The Mustang so far has made, I think, almost $600. So not too bad for just a couple weeks of having it posted there. It's a 2016 is what I chose to post on Turo here, and I actually chose to post a Ford Mustang convertible because it was kind of shown to be a really popular car for people to come in and rent as people needing cars to get around, whether it's just kind of day to day or like a fun night out, or people flying into local airports. I am really close to LAX, so a lot of people are flying into LAX and renting it out with the delivery option through the airport there. One thing that's been cool about Turo is they're really helpful with setting this up. I had the very first day that I set up the account, someone literally called me and helped me set it up, which was cool too, to have that individual approach. And what inspired me to start Turo is I always wanted to look for different ways to increase my income with some sort of residual income generator where it's very minimal work and it's kind of making money for you as you sleep. That's always the good way to increase your income. Always good to find like high paying jobs, but this is a good next step for me and for people looking to increase their income. And really it was YouTubers that kind of inspired me to get started with this. Both Stefan and Sima. Both of them you can find on YouTube, really useful information. She, for example, is based in OC and has 30, does that say 35? She has 35 cars now she hosts through the app. Must be a lot of work. And Stefan actually does a great job too with hosting. Both of them have inspired me to kind of start this journey. And what you'll see here, I took a screenshot from my phone. This is from the Turo app where they're going to track your progress towards being an all-star host. You have to respond to your requests. You have to accept most of your requests. You have to book at least 10 trips. I've only done 2. And the car's made a decent amount of money so far, which has been great. So far it's made $173 off of those 2 trips. And upcoming, it has $317 in upcoming earnings. So this is a couple weeks of work, and I consider my carrying costs to be a little under $500. So from here on forward, any extra booking days that the Mustang has will be just pure profit at that point versus holding costs. I think another great thing about the Turo platform and hosting on Turo is every new thing that comes out has an adoption curve where the first couple people that adopt it and start using it, no one's really heard of it yet. There's so many unanswered questions. As people get more familiar with it, more and more people tell their friends, more and more people start using it. I think with Turo, it's very early in the adoption curve still, so there's a lot of, I think, opportunity out there for new Turo hosts to come in and start making some additional income off of the platform. You find that a lot of these rental car companies recently in 2020 had to file for bankruptcy. Really tough travel year with COVID, really tough year in general for people. And what I've found is there's a lot of people ready now in 2021 to start the traveling thing again. People have been kind of like cooped up inside. People are ready to get out and do things. So I think that this becomes a good way to help people out with that. All the time people are traveling to Los Angeles, probably in cities around the country besides LA. Tourism starting up again. I know in Vegas it has, for example. It seems like Miami's popping off. It seems like COVID doesn't exist in Florida. So there's definitely a lot of good opportunity, I think, out there for people that want to start hosting on Turo. And it is something that so far doesn't seem that bad in terms of the work involved. Each time I get the car ready for someone to rent it on the platform, I take it to a car wash where I have an unlimited car wash membership, vacuum it out really good, disinfect the high touch areas like the steering wheel, the door handles, make sure everything's clean for the next person. Take pre-trip photos of the condition of the car. The whole process takes like 20 minutes for pre-trip inspection, getting it clean, all that stuff. Doesn't take too much time. Luckily, the car wash thing is like right down the street from me. What has taken a lot of time is, of the 2 trips that I've done, both trips have had a little bit of post-trip damage to the point where now I have it at a body shop to get fixed. And everyone that I talk to about Turo hosting, all of my friends that are thinking of doing it, they're all concerned about damage to the vehicle and who pays for that and what ends up happening. Turo's been very helpful with the process so far. They're basically paying out the full cost of the damage because of the insurance style that I chose. And the insurance that you choose through Turo, there's a couple different options. The more coverage that you choose to have with them, the less profits you end up taking home. But for me, that was a trade-off I was willing to make. I would rather take home a little bit less money and have the peace of mind of knowing that the car is totally covered. To me, that was something that I was okay with. The percentage is 60-40 for the coverage plan that I chose. So to me, that's an okay percentage. If you go to commercial hosting on Turo, then it's 93.7 off the top of my head, I think. So the percentage is way higher where you keep 93% of the revenue rather than I only keep 60. But to me, again, peace of mind wise, I'm okay with giving Turo 40% of the revenue if they are able to continue covering 100% of the damages like they have been. I think that's been really good. Right now, there are, of the first month of availability for the Mustang, I think there's only like 3 or 4 days that haven't been booked, and I'm using those days right now to have it be at the body shop to be fixed. It's Wednesday right now, and they say it'll be ready Friday, and I have a pickup scheduled Saturday at LAX. So I'm looking forward to having that process be really smooth. I think that'll be something that hopefully, if that can continue, that would be awesome. This Turo investment that I'm making, similar to any investment, a lot of questions. It's a risk like any investment. It seems to be paying off so far, knock on wood again. Hopefully that continues. I will try to keep my YouTube channel posted, try to keep social media posted with how it's going, because I think that just my buddies and there's more people than that have questions of potentially hosting on Turo and seeing it as a profitable venture. So I'll try to keep that updated. If you are you're watching this video and if you have questions about what's being talked about, or if you have any interest in hosting, would really appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is a brand new thing that I'm doing, so whoever clicks subscribe first will be the first subscriber, which would be really cool. Looking forward to hopefully growing the channel. Looking forward to hopefully being really hopeful for folks. Stay healthy out there. I know it's been a really weird year, so hopefully we're on the other side of this soon. Be well.